Miss Monday Night Raw? No worries. Catch up in just a few short minutes with the Raw Rapid Recap. It's Bobby Monsoon 215. Like, comment, subscribe. Now, the show starts off with Drew McIntyre cutting a promo, but it only lasts a few short minutes, maybe a minute or two, if that. Damian Priest, he comes out with the Judgment Day and he interrupts Drew McIntyre. They have a minor back and forth, and Damian Priest, he gives Drew McIntyre an offer. He says, how about this? You versus Finn Balor tonight in the main event. If you win, the Judgment Day will be banned at Clash at the Castle at our main event match. But if you lose, the Judgment Day will be all around ringside in our match, and basically anything goes. Of course, Drew McIntyre accepts this. Of course, WWE writing does another lazy job. They just copied the template from WrestleMania, pasted it for Clash at the Castle, and this was very underwhelming. But nevertheless, we got Finn Balor and Drew McIntyre at the main event tonight. First match of the night, we got Iyo Sky versus Lyra Valkyria. This has been a regular match, nothing to really write home about. They've been having back and forth matches for the past few weeks, so this is I was about to say it's a solid match, to be honest. It was really lackluster, and I don't blame Iyo or I don't blame Lyra. I blame the lackluster writing of WWE Creative, like I do every week. Now, Lyra is about to win, but Damage Control helps her out from losing, because Lyra Valkyria, she was about to hit that finisher, the Nightwing, but Damage Control saves the day like they always do. Now, a couple moves in, she's about to hit the Nightwing again, but Iyo Sky counters, covers for the pin. 1, 2, 3. She gets away with the win. Now, after the match, Damage Control decides they want to jump Lyra Valkyria, do a little bit more damage. Now you got Carter and Chance running out, helping Lyra Valkyria. After that, we got Dragon Lee, Rey Mysterio, Bron Breaker versus the Judgment Day. Dominik Mysterio, Carlito, and JD McDonough. Pretty even most of the match. The highlight of the match was Liv Morgan coming out, distracting Dominik Mysterio. Then Zelina, she hits Liv Morgan. Then Liv Morgan falls on top of Dominik Mysterio. Then Zelina, they have this little thing, Liv Morgan and Dominik Mysterio. She stays on top of him, flirting with him. Zelina comes out, she starts pulling Liv Morgan hair. They start fighting. Braun Strowman, he goes crazy, running around the ring, beating up the Judgment Day, doing that little tackle he does. Then he goes back into the ring. Then you got Dragon Lee getting tagged in. Him and Braun Strowman doing their finisher. 1, 2, 3. They beat the Judgment Day. Another lackluster match, if you ask me. The Liv Morgan spot was cool, but I guess so, man. I don't know. Now, backstage, you have a segment where Liv Morgan left Dominik Mysterio her hotel key. Then a little bit later on in the match, the hotel key magically disappears. I don't know what the hell that's supposed to mean. The storyline is cool. They're getting a lot of engagement online, but for me personally, it's starting to get stale. Next, you got Sami Zayn coming out, cutting a promo, telling the Alpha Academy, yo, listen, man, leave Chad Gable. Every week, he's trying to convince the Alpha Academy to leave Chad Gable. They're not really listening. Chad Gable and the Alpha Academy comes out to confront Sami Zayn. This leads to Sami Zayn versus Otis. Now, they have a regular back and forth match. Sami Zayn hits Otis with the haluva kick and wins, because Otis got a little bit distracted by Chad Gable, and this leads into Chad Gable chastising Otis again repeatedly, telling him to beat Sami Zayn up. Otis is hesitating. Then what happens? Another slap to the kisser to Otis. So this been every week he's been getting slapped up, pimped out, and you know, I liked it. It was a shocking the first time. It was a little bit funny the second time. About the 4th, 5th, 6th time, it's like, it's starting to get redundant. It's starting to get stale for me. You know what I mean? I'm not completely over it, but I'm starting to get over it. Nevertheless, he slaps some. Otis gets pissed off. He's about to whip Chad Gable ass, but he changes his mind, takes his frustration out on Sami Zayn, hit him with the world's strongest slam, beat him up a little bit. Then you got Chad Gable smiling and Otis walks off. We'll see what that leads into in the future or in the upcoming weeks. I'm not sure who's going to win this match of Sami Zayn and Chad Gable on Sunday. Now we go to the match of the night, which was Bron Breaker versus Ilja Dragov. This was an incredible match. Imagine WWE Monday Night Raw having a show full of this. Just top tier solid matches. It don't even have to be 5-star. It don't even have to be a banger. Just give us solid matches. This was a great match. This was more than a solid match. I enjoyed this match a lot. Bron Breaker is incredible in the ring. Ilja Dragov is he's my rookie of the year, yo. Like, I really love Ilja Dragov. Everything from the entrance, the promos, how he carries himself outside the ring, the work he puts in, the intensity, his slogans, I'm not intensity, I am, whatever that he be saying about intensity. This dude is a bona fide star. Ilja Dragov, man. Ilja Dragov does a crazy coast to coast thing. Remember the shit Shane McMahon used to do where he go coast to coast? Ilja Dragov, he did that to Bron Breaker. Now it seemed like he came up a little bit short, and when they didn't show it in the replay, I'm pretty sure he came up a little bit short, but that's what it is, you know what I mean? I still think he caught him though, so it wasn't like I wouldn't consider it a botch. Bron Breaker counters after a little bit back and forth. After that, Bron Breaker counters with a crazy ass clothesline. Ilja Dragov, he gets momentum back. Boom, hit Bron Breaker with the H-bomb. The crowd starts chanting, this is awesome, and I agree, it was awesome. Now, Bron Breaker, he starts attacking the ribs. He hits him on the announce table with the ribs, slams him on the barricade. Boom, spear on the outside of the ring. Ilja Dragov rolls into the ring. Bron Breaker, he's running back and forth on the ropes. Boom! Another spear. 1, 2, 3. Bron Breaker wins. Now, Bron Breaker about to do some extra damage to Ilja Dragov, and as soon as he's about to run and spear him through the barricade, you got Ricochet coming out of nowhere. Boom! Starts beating up Bron Breaker. Now this leads to a backstage segment where Bron Breaker he's in the cut somewhere backstage. Ilja Dragov, Ricochet, they talking like, yeah, man, I'm glad I had you had my back, man. Yeah, don't worry about it. Bron Breaker out of nowhere, boom, spears Ilja Dragov. Ricochet tries to fight Bron Breaker off, but to no avail. Bron Breaker starts beating him up, and he had this crazy spot where he slams him on the fucking production chair, then he falls on his fucking back. It looked like a hard bump. I hope Ricochet is okay, because man, that was a hard bump he took after he slammed him on the production truck. But after he does that, they have a spot where he sidewalk slams Ricochet onto a car, shattering the windshield, officially writing off Ricochet on WWE programming. Next, you got the World Tag Team title match. Miz and R-Truth versus Authors of Pain. There's a regular match. Man, I just wish Authors of Pain gets treated better. These two are monsters. Why are we making them look like fucking dweebs? I didn't even write any notes for this because I was starting to get really annoyed at this. I get it, R-Truth, The Miz, y'all funny, y'all got the skits, whatever. Authors of Pain, ayo, are you serious? These two dudes are 300-pound fucking monsters. They should be running through the tag team division, no problem. But what happens? They lose every fucking time they get an opportunity. And it's always, they lose by dumb shit too, like getting rolled up. Who's gonna roll up a 300-pound man for 3 seconds? Like he couldn't kick, like what? Dumb shit. The last match, Drew McIntyre versus Finn Balor. Finn Balor dominated most of the match. You know, it was a good match, though. It's a little bit weird seeing Finn Balor dominate like a fucking monster like Drew McIntyre, but whatever, it's wrestling. So they dominate most of the match. McIntyre gets momentum. He starts beating up Finn Balor. Then Judgment Day comes to interfere to make sure Finn Balor walks away with the win. Now, they interfere, but it's unsuccessful. Drew McIntyre winds up beating up the Judgment Day. Drew hits Finn with the Claymore. 1, 2, 3. Drew McIntyre versus Damian Priest. No Judgment Day at Clash at the Castle. Guaranteeing Drew McIntyre to walk out of Scotland WWE Heavyweight Champion. It should be a pretty good sight to see, and I can't wait to see it. Unfortunately, this was a very hard 3 hours to get through. It doesn't ever get easier. It like gets harder. Another lackluster show of Monday Night Raw. I mean, this shit is so bad at this point. It's just like, man, I don't know. I really can't see millions of people paying a month for this trash. Like, it's trash. I'm not gonna lie. I love wrestling. I love doing YouTube. I love giving the reviews. And I have to be honest with y'all, like, this shit is garbage. So thank God that you got people like me and JD from NY and Sportskita, Dr. Chris, Vince Russo, and everybody that's giving these recaps, Solar Monster, everybody, even the smaller YouTubers like me. You know what I mean? Shout out to all of us that's giving this content out to the fans to save them 3 hours of agony. This shit is fucking horrible. WWE Creative need to get it together, man. Seriously. Because I highly doubt people are paying over $20 a month for this fuckery of a show. So I just want some effort. That's all we're asking for. We're not asking for Attitude Era. We're not asking for WCW Nitro Era. We're not asking for any of that. We're just asking for some type of effort. There's so much of a lack of effort in the writing and creative of these shows. It fucking makes my blood boil, man. We don't deserve this as wrestling fans. We deserve better, man. So hopefully we get better. And that's it. It's Bobby Monsoon 215. Like, comment, subscribe. We on the road to 1,000 subscribers. I gotta think of something special to do for 1,000 subscribers. I seen a statistic saying that there's 100 million YouTube channels and only 1% of them reaches 1,000. So I gotta salute everyone here that helped me out, and not only me, helped us out, helped the channel out, getting 1,000 subscribers, man. And you know, I appreciate it. Like, comment, subscribe. You want me to cover anything, let me know. It's Bobby Monsoon 215. Like, comment, subscribe.